Welcome everyone to episode 2, season 4 of We Coach You Live. Summer is here. Chivas Femenil is a few days away from its debut in Summer Cup. Come and join us in a new episode of We Coach You. Don't forget to send your questions via WhatsApp. Ready? Let's begin. Good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Latino America and all the Chiva hermanos y hermanas around the globe, all the mothers and misters, all the Chiva brothers and sisters. Welcome to We Coach You Live. We're transmitting directly from La Perla Tapatía, home to the most glorious of teams, el Club Deportivo Guadalajara. Bienvenidos todos a We Coach You Live. ¿Cómo están todos, everybody? Welcome. Gaby, ¿cómo estás?
Hi, Robert. Hi, everybody that's already interacting in the chat. And so happy to be back here for episode 2 of season 4. Can you believe it? Episode 2 of season 4. Welcome to We Coach You Live, the show created specially for you, Chiva hermano and Chiva hermana living outside Mexico and speak mostly in English, but we speak Chivas. So this is actually for everybody. Welcome. And we're going to talk, of course, about the weekly MVP. I already see a couple of guesses in the chat section. The incredible win against Querétaro, Summer Cup, Leagues Cup, everything regarding Chivas and Chivas Femenil coming up soon. Alfredo, how are you, my friend?
Hi, Gaby. Hi, Robert. Hi, Chiva hermanos. Excited to be here. Very excited to be sharing our points of view, our opinions, our perspectives with the Chiva hermanos who are watching us. Big shout out to Curtis Williams, Marilu, Jacob, who are tuning us in. Big shout out to everyone watching us on Telemundo. So we got 3 matches underway already. 2 matches already went by since our last show. So there's plenty of Chiva talk. Summer Cup, as you said, on its first edition. So plenty of Chivaverse in the next hour, because El Rebaño Sagrado is playing next Saturday before going on Liga MX break. What will be Leagues Cup competition, traveling to California. We will be dissecting all the information you need to know on the red and white, and it's Emoji Day. Emoji Day, we have a special content prepared for you guys. So stay here, stay with us. And I see that there's more Chiva hermanos joining us in the comment section.
And everybody out there, so who's the MVP? I think they got it. Although Marilu read my mind. Okay? But who's this week's MVP?
Curtis as well.
Who is it? Who is it?
Who it's going to be? I'll give you a hint.
Who could it be?
Okay, that's a good one.
That's a good one. How's that? Is it a good enough hit or not?
I think that gave it away. And actually, he scored 2 goals. He scored back-to-back in the 2 last games of Chivas. So there you go. Come on.
Who is it, my friends?
He already put his place in the scoring and tally.
Drum roll, please. 1, 2.
Yes, you got it, my friends. Pinche perro. It was Cade Cowell once again. Cade Cowell is in beast mode, like you said. Gaby, ¿cómo viste a Cade Cowell?
Oh my God, I'm so happy. I'm so excited. So I don't know if you guys know this. A couple of you might know this, but I'm San Jose Earthquakes fan. I don't know how that happened. I guess it's because I have a lot of family living actually in San Jose and that part of California. And I was like, if I have to root for one specific team in the MLS, what team would it be? And hello, San Jose Earthquakes. So I've been watching Cade for a little while. And when I knew that he was coming to Chivas, I was like, okay, game on. This kid is incredibly fast. He's incredibly strong physically. We've talked about this before, obviously. But I knew this time for him was going to happen. Of course, there had to be a lot of adaptation. He doesn't speak too much of the language with his peers, with his teammates, whatnot. And last season, we could see a glimpse of what he could do. Of course, he was playing in a position that he was not very comfortable with. But now, I think we are seeing the full form of Cade Cowell, like his power, his drive, his passion, and everything he's capable of. Again, he's a very, very strong and fast player, and you can see that with his passes, with his assists, and he goes after every single ball. I'm telling you, like, he's incredibly driven in that position. So I'm so happy. Again, I'm sorry for the long introduction, but I wanted to make it very clear that I know this kid from before. And I was like so excited because I was like, okay, it's going to take a little bit of time, a little bit. But if you think about it, it's only one season and one preseason. And right now he's in full Cade Cowell form. And it's so happy. I'm so happy and so excited to see it because we can expect huge things from Cade Cowell.
Alfredo, what do you think? Do you think that he's already at his peak, or can we wait for more?
I think we can still wait for him to reach it. I think he has the potential, but I think that he could still reach it. I was trying to remember if he was the guy who gave Javier Hernandez the assist on the disallowed goal on Friday. But that was a good assist. I can't actually remember if it was Cade, but he's been scoring, he's been finding the assists, and that's always gives confidence to the players, especially if they play in the front line. I think that Cade, he shows his speed. He shows that he has that instinct for scoring and for placing balls at advantageous positions for his teammates. I think that he can still get better on his decision taking. You know when to pass it, when to shoot, those tiny bits of decision that are, of course, get that you take them at the last quarter of the pitch, pretty much last third of the pitch. But he's definitely on the way. It's just about getting organized, about or getting his chemistry with his teams even better than what it is right now. But I think that he's doing very well and can still improve, which gets me very excited of the player that he can eventually become.
Right, he could transform into. And what do you guys think, everybody out there? How far will Cowell go? What are we seeing here? Is this what we're going to be able to expect for the rest of the semester? Everybody out there in the chat, tell us what you think. But meanwhile, we're going to be talking about a lot about Varonil right now. So we're going to give this a rest just a moment, and we're going to say, Pinche perro, Cowell! Oh my goodness, my brother! And remember, he's one of our padrinos. We were the second people to interview him, right, Fox?
Yeah.
Somebody out there, yeah. It was beautiful, and yes, Gabi, he's coming into his own.
He is, and again, we have to remember that he's a very young player. He's only 21, I believe. So he has just a long way, and but he's going so far. A lot of maturity. Again, he's just been in Chivas like one season, one preseason, and we knew, because especially coming from another league, that it was going to take a little bit of time to adapt himself, to be comfortable with this, not only with his teammates, but the city, the language, etc. So far, I think he's done pretty good. He looks comfortable. He looks happy. That's one of the most important things. Like, again, I'm always talking about the physical and mental states of the players, but it's so important to acknowledge. And you can see that in him. And the way he understands himself with Chicharito, it's pretty amazing to see nowadays. Yeah, and that is where I'm going with this, because you can see a lot of potential with those two players playing those exact positions, and how can they complement each other. And that is incredible to see. And I hope that we can see much, much more from those two.
Yes, agreed completely. And it goes both ways. Mm-hmm. Cowell to Chicha and Chicha back.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm also seeing it with Armando. Yeah, La Hormiga.
Armando, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like I said, we have so much to talk about, my friends. Cade Cowell, mi hermano.
See you soon here on the show.
Friend. Hopefully, we will see you
Hopefully,
soon.
he can come back to the show, Mr. Producer.
Come visit us sometime, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, Yeah, we have plenty of people saying hello in the comment section. We have Rolando Cárdenas, we have Marcos, Isaac Vázquez, we have Maricara Hernandez, we have Pascual Suárez, Isaac Vázquez, Víctor Ayala Pérez, Elias Guillén, King 7, who appears to have a similar position on the subject matter that we just discussed. Rolando Cárdenas is asking, ¿alguien sabe cuándo comienza el partido? We're speaking about Saturday against Mazatlán. Yeah. Leah RM, who's watching us. Edwin Catu. Hello to everyone on the comment section. Very excited to be here with you. Season 4 of We Coach You, already second episode, so plenty of content. And don't we have more content regarding the other day's match?
That's right. Before we get into what happened at La Corregidora, let's take a look behind the scenes with this DDR. Or not.
Or not? Maybe not.
Mr. Postman.
No, there's not.
Oh, man. What's happening? Then let's get deep into it.
No, it just happened yesterday.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's talk about what's going on, man. Let's talk about what we saw yesterday. First of all, and this is for everyone. Okay, this is a question for you, Gaby, for Alfredo, but for our people out there in the Chivaverse. Okay, what did you expect when you saw the starting lineup for yesterday's game?
It was similar to other games that have taken place. I think that, if we get already into what happened, but I saw that Gago went on with two offensive right back and left back. So two offensive defenders on the wing. Gotta say it, with Chavez and the other young kid that played on the right, who usually plays on the left, but he played on the right yesterday. And I think that, with Guti, and also he wanted to make sure that the team had some equilibrium, and Javier played once again, and so he played with Cowell the other day. The other day he had played with Cisneros. So pretty similar lineups from yesterday, from the matches that we had played before, with just some tweaks. But I think that it was that we have played with similar lineups in the 3 matches that we've disputed in the league so far.
Okay. I was asking because, I don't know what you think, Gabby, but I was asking because we had Mateo.
We had Mateo back, yes.
He came back, right? That was a big surprise.
Yes.
Govea started.
Yeah.
Right? So those were two things that I worried about. I'm not going to lie. Go for it,
and actually I was not worried necessarily. It was just like, that's interesting, because Mozo was in the bench and Mateo, right? Nick was in the bench and also was up, right? And then Charal is injured, so Govea was in. So it was interesting to see. Like, we know Charal is injured, and he had to make some kind of changes down there. But it was interesting to see Mozo on the bench. I'm not going to lie. I'm happy to see Mateo back, but it was interesting. So it worked some kind of I was not nervous necessarily, but I was like, okay, this could go super good or super wrong at some point. So I'm excited that it was. I'm happy that it went well, and that Gago knew exactly when to do the modifications that he needed to do in order to make it right. Because at some part of the game, I was starting to get a lot frustrated again. I mean, we didn't have those situations with the referee when we had uncalled goals or whatever, fortunately, but it was kind of like, okay, we're getting there, but again, it's not happening. So what it has to happen in order to happen, you know what I mean? So it was good to see Mateo back. I'm not going to lie, it's exciting to see him back. He's a very young player that I think deserves an opportunity and deserves to have more minutes inside the pitch. But it was like, Mozo really? And at the end of the day, I mean, spoiler alert, Mozo ended up scoring. So, right?
Right, he made the right decision off the bench. I was asking you guys because I thought it was ultra defensive for Gago because we had 3 defensive midfielders, right? If you look at Govea, if you look at the work that Guti's been doing recently, and El Oso, my Oso, right? The
You're
bear,
right?
I'm an Oso believer. So Marcelo actually pointed that out to me yesterday while we were watching the match. He's like, what's going on? It looks ultra defensive. But I also saw that Guti was doing something a little bit different. He was throwing himself a little bit more forward. They were laying also for the dirty work, you know, he's good at that. And Govea and Guti were repartiendo el queso, right?
Right.
That's what they were doing up in front. It was a dirty match, so dirty.
It was
disputed, it was dirty, man. And I think that's where our frustration is coming from, no? Most times when we look in, we expect to be to see a more dynamic team. But I loved Mateo. Mateo, what is your opinion of Mateo Chavez? How did you see him?
I enjoyed.
My 5 cents in yet.
Now that we speak about Mateo, he's actually one of the 2 players that I enjoyed watching the most last night. The other one is Govea. But Mateo, he was very smart at accompanying the play from behind all the way through midfield, didn't get desperate. He was, as we would say it in Spanish, he was vivo when anticipating any balls, when covering up any space that the opponent might run so that his teammate could receive the ball in a better positioning. I really enjoyed watching Mateo. And the other one, Omar Govea, I was wanting to say in this show that I really enjoyed watching him play last night because he was also very smart at anticipating and at reading where the ball will go through, and he did a lot of silent work, you know, because also he does the dirty work, but Govea, he was doing a lot of silent work. He anticipated so many balls. He also did some coverages for his teammates, and really enjoyed watching how he encouraged into the team.
It was great. And the boys who came off the bench as well, like we already said, Mozo, el hermoso Mozo.
Hormiga.
Right.
La Hormiga, right? Also doing his thing. He scared the hell out of me at the end of the match.
Yeah, me too.
That was just...
It was going to be so unfair.
It was. It was.
Yeah, but okay.
It was. But you know what? It does show again, too, that he's young, man, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because he threw that kick, man. He should have just waited a second. Of course, you react, but...
They were both in the wrong, but...
Of course.
But it would have been so unfair if he was the only one getting the red card.
Right.
In my opinion.
Right.
We've seen too much Copa America lately.
Oh my gosh.
Nobody in the ventilator. They weren't in the ventilator shafts. If you know what movie that's from, then you're on my team.
I got the phrase though. I don't know the movie though.
Yeah, you know the one. You know the one. But off the bench, I love the Hormiga. Mateo, I like his incisiveness, but he has to be wait. That last pass, man. That last pass. It's just so necessary. And you know what? That only comes from, well, age.
Yeah.
Basically.
Right.
No?
Yeah.
Age will do it for us all. Let's break it down. Cowell, ya dijimos. El más chingón. Chicha Dios, how did you see our Chicha Dios? We were about to talk about him.
Correlon, you know, at the beginning, he was fighting them all, you know. He was trying to make sure that the team stood with him the highest as they could, you know, playing as far from our goal as we could and as close to their goal. So I think that he was leading the pressure, not only on, he was actually organizing the pressure inside the pitch. So I really enjoyed him, you know. There we see him running, giving it all. And well, he sent the assist for Cowell, showing off his quality as well. Really enjoyed watching him. He's connecting better with his teammates.
Yeah.
When they play at first touches, the give and go, it's like Chivas is unstoppable, is the truth. And with the changes, I think that Gago, once he noticed he did not have to be as defensive as planned, he was able to move the ball in a different manner. Mozo, where did that goal come from? Forget Mozo, forget the goal. Mozo ran like, what was it, 40 meters down the pitch. And he's the one that started the play. I don't know if we have that there in our
B-roll. It should appear.
Yeah, but he accompanied the play, did the give and go, and then was assisted by none other than La Hormiga. And he just chipped it in. That was beautiful. That was like from FIFA.
Right.
FIFA 98, you know, it's like because it was broken up. Also, it's not the athletic type, all right? But it was beautiful to see it. I was just like, it's like watching a cartoon, man.
And I don't know if you watched the interview at the end of the game, but he was like, I don't score goals. He was so happy. He was like, yeah, my family's here. I'm so happy because they got to see it. So but he was like, I don't score. Hi. And I'm scoring, you know, so it was perfect. It was a perfect night for him.
Can you imagine starting on the bench and going like, damn, my family's here.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And then you get off the bench and you
get
score.
off the bench, you get in and you score. Yes.
And you score. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful story. Nene Beltran, also off the bench. I think this was the key.
Yeah.
You know, I have been very critical of Nene, and I'm always critical of Nene, but it's like I'm critical of Ronaldo, you know, or of Messi. You expect the most from these talented players. They need to give it their all. And when they do, it's magic, man. It's magic. It's magic. Tala, a ver. Did you see that?
Well, another 0.
That was
Dan the man sent, I don't know if you guys follow Dan on Instagram, but he did a beautiful piece there with Tala flying through the air. And I think it was Beethoven playing in the background, or Mozart.
That was for the photographers.
Oh, yeah. I know. Oh, well, yeah. I don't know. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
When it happened, I was like, that is so beautiful. Like that. Like, it was good.
It was forced a little bit, perhaps, but he pulled a couple out.
Yep.
In the previous match we're not going to talk about today.
Nope.
Because
nope.
Because no. Hey, Marilu. Look at Marilu. We have a Tala believer in Marilu. Yes.
Tala is the second MVP in my opinion. Yes.
No, he got another 0 in the tally, you know, another clean sheet, 2 out of 3 in this tournament. He's keeping it up as the way he finished off last tournament. It will be interesting to get the stat of how many, let's say out of the latest 15 Liga MX matches, how many he's had clean sheets. I'm sure it's a lot of them because he's stacking it up. Like if you combine it with the amount of clean sheets that we had last tournament and the way we started off this tournament, taking into account that we have 2 out of 3 clean sheets. I think it will get for a pretty interesting statistic, defensively speaking. Yeah.
I know it has to be around there somewhere. We got to find that out.
Yeah.
I'll check in my data that I have over there, and I'll pass it on to you. But definitely in numbers, I think since Puebla, right? We've been doing pretty well. And then, well, last week, that was the one. But that was...
You know what I noticed yesterday, because we're just a few minutes ago we were speaking about the team playing with a lot of defensive midfielders, pretty much with Correa also and Guti, and you know what, yesterday at some moments of the match, and taking into account that we were playing against Querétaro, during some moments of the match, I think that the team kind of broke into Chivas. You know, that we didn't keep the block, that, you know, you will get the offensive guys and the defensive guys too far in between, too big of a space in between the defense and the offense. And I think that Gago may have noticed that, and that's why he played with a lot of defensive, because he might have said, well, we just began the tournament. Maybe we gotta mature this aspect that I'm depicting right now, and maybe he wanted to secure the points, taking into consideration all the environment that was building around the team after not winning the first two matches. So he might have wanted to secure that match, taking into consideration that the team kind of still breaks over. So he maybe wanted more defensive guys in case of needing, in case of emergency runs or in case of having to defend more. That's maybe why I think we saw Nene coming off the bench yesterday, Pocho coming off the bench, and having in this as a starters Guti also and Gobea.
Definitely, I agree with you completely, and they did their job. And
Totally.
I agree with
Yeah.
Gabi. It was very frustrating to watch that sort of football, but it was ugly. I hated it, but I love the result.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah,
See, what's that?
totally.
That's what I say, and it was a full stadium. All right, and I think Gago.
Was there.
So many times we've complained about how our DTs don't choose the right moment for making the changes, and this time I think Gago was spot on, and he was like, "This is the moment." Beltrancito, really, like I said, I can't say enough. I really criticized the guy, but he was on that. He was passing the ball. The boys came on and they did what they had to do. It was magnificent.
Yeah.
It's magnificent. What do you guys think Gago had to say
that's
about this?
interesting.
What did he have to say about his
Let's
Chivas?
check it out. Well, I'm thrilled to listen, Fernando.
Don Fernando Gago?
And it was a very
Bueno, creo que el partido salió como lo planeábamos, donde queríamos jugarlos. Por ahí ya en el segundo tiempo tuvimos que hacer una línea de 3 por el posicionamiento de ellos, que tenían casi 5 jugadores por delante de la línea del balón y sabíamos que podían jugar más directo y a todo lo que sea el centro. Y a partir de eso tratábamos de tener un poquito más de control de juego y así todo tuvimos situaciones y hubo momentos donde el equipo lo jugó muy bien el partido. A ver, yo creo que el partido anterior también estuvimos ordenados. Fue más una cuestión de errores puntuales que nos costaron goles y a partir de eso creo que el resultado también lo lleva. Pero el partido anterior también estuvimos ordenados, los dos partidos anteriores. Lo que sí, hoy se gana, entonces cuando se gana se ve todo más lindo. Pero creo que hubo momentos muy buenos durante los 3 partidos. Creo que hoy fue el partido donde más sostuvimos el juego, donde más generamos situaciones y a partir de eso creo que el equipo fue tomando más confianza y con el gol también creo que entendimos que el partido lo teníamos que jugar de la manera que lo jugaron los chicos hoy.
Great. Definitely, just like you said, we had to take control of the ball. He noticed that in the first 2 games. And one thing that he said that about the 2 previous matches is that they did play well. And I have to agree with that. I work for Chivas, okay? But that doesn't mean that I'm blind about football. Okay, there were moments that there are spaces that need to be filled. Like Alfredo says, the lines are not running, correctly. But definitely mistakes, simple mistakes. It's like when you're driving your car, you turn on your cell phone, and for that one brief moment that you're checking your Facebook and you bump into the car in front of you.
And guess what? Football is a game of mistakes.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Or of aciertos,
También.
right? I mean,
This was a
philosophically.
good one because it was very important to gain those 3 points in the first game away from home. Because remember, we have another game against Mazatlán in El Acron, and then we have Leagues Cup. So
Vámonos.
it was necessary to have those 3 points, to have that win away. Again, as Curtis was saying, I love this comment, an ugly win is better than a pretty loss. I have to agree. I mean, it's not the most spectacular game. It's not the most perfect game ever, but we got those 3 points. So it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Hey, man, the other teams do it to us all the time. We come out, banners waving, flying, charge. And what happens? They have 6 defenders. And then someone like Captain Kirk yesterday, who throws yellow and red cards back and forth. It's like, it's insane. Yeah.
Right.
And so it's hard to maintain concentration. I think it's very hard to maintain concentration. It's a game of passion.
It's a game of passion.
You're out there. It's all about feelings and stuff like that. And that's why when someone says something nasty to you, and we could all go back to what Zinedine Zidane in that World Cup, for a moment, you lose it. And sometimes that thing that they say to you, te mueve el tapete, and you lose your concentration. Lose your concentration. So it's really hard to be out there and stay concentrated on everything that's flying around. Yeah. So, hey, like I said, maybe I always see a glass half full, but I thought my Chivas did pretty well.
They did. And on Friday as well. On Friday, they did. I think that the team played well. We generated scoring opportunities even before Cholo scored. I count two clear ones that we missed. And as I said before, football's a game of mistakes, and sometimes when you don't commit the mistake, other people commit it, and that's why we didn't manage to tie that game the other day that we should have tied, but we couldn't. And then if you take a close look at the stats and we were just talking about the amount of clean sheets that this team has had, and then the second half against Cholos, we conceded 3 goals in the second half. A team that usually has clean sheets, that has had clean sheets during most of its games throughout, I would say, 2024, and you get 3 goals scored in 45 minutes, as it happened the other day in Tijuana, is because something happened at the beginning of the second half that clearly affected the concentration, the focus, and of course the confidence and the faith at the end of the day of our players.
Yeah, it was messy. It got messy because, like you said, Alfredo, we generated a lot. We had a couple goals disallowed. All these things that happen, it just breaks your concentration. But these are professionals, and con eso y más, always against the refereeing decisions, etc., etc., etc. Good question here from our host. What do you think?
Let's see.
What's going to happen? 2-0, King X7 says.
Yeah, that would be good. 2-0.
2-0, Mazatlán.
I'm conceding with King X7 a lot in this show.
But what do you think about Mazatlán? Have you guys watched any of the Mazatlán games?
They played last night, didn't they?
I haven't watched them
today.
I haven't seen any of their matches.
They're playing tonight. Mazatlan's playing tonight against Toluca at Nemesio Diaz.
Ooh.
So they're gonna our game against Chivas is gonna be their second straight game on the road because they're also away today. And we just had two on the road. So Mazatlan, Toluca.
We better watch it and see what's going on because we already faced Toluca, so we know what Toluca can do to Mazatlan, but let's see what Mazatlan can do to Toluca. And also just to clarify, because a lot of people are asking already in the chat, where can we watch? So we don't have a graphic to show you, but remember that you can watch, if you're in Mexico, you can watch through Chivas TV if you have an active subscription. And remember, because it's a home game, you can watch in the USA and Telemundo Deportes and their streaming platform Peacock, if I believe. So please stay tuned for that. Remember, the game is this Saturday, the 20th, against Mazatlán at home in El Estadio Akron. In Mexico, you can watch through La Señal Más Roja y Blanca de Chivas TV if you have an active subscription, and in the USA through Telemundo Deportes and their streaming platform.
And don't forget, Chivas TV is only 39 pesotes. Oh, that's like a caguama. All right, guys. And you'll get more joy out of it. There's so much content on there. We're going to be seeing some more content of what we have, but there's so much content back there, things that you might not have thought about your favorite players. Our podcast, the DDRs, the Detrás del Rebaño. Yeah, all of this content that people have been making And people talk about around the world. I don't know why in Mexico we have this thing about looking at something that's Mexican and saying, oh, it sucks. You know, hey, get in there, man. There's so much content. There's laughs, there's tears. It's human drama. All right. Get in there, man. 39 pesos. And if you don't like it anymore, you cancel it. Right?
No, and it's now that you were speaking about not always taking at best consideration the local products. I would like to say that 1 week ago we were celebrating Chivas TV's 8th year on the live stream platform, and the fact of the matter is that Chivas TV is the first ever club platform in online. You know, the first ever streaming platform that ever existed for a football club around the world, and I believe it's the only one that transmits live games of its first teams, because a lot of streaming platforms from different clubs around the world, they get their cantera live as we do, and we also do it on YouTube. But I think that we're the only ones that do it of the first team, of the first men's team. I believe that we're the only ones around the world that live streams its matches, which is pretty amazing. And speaking about Chivas TV and Chivas digital content, we have today is the day of the emoji. Today, 17th of July, is the World Emoji Day, and the Chivas TV and the Chivas players, all the crew, prepared some special content that you will watch right now.
La carita sonriendo. Ahí está.
El de ahorita, el momento, el que es...
El diablito. Sí.
Así.
El puñito. Digo, el bracito fuerte.
El de la risita y... pues el del corazón, porque si mi esposa me manda fotos de mis niños o sube a Instagram así, pues siempre reacciono con la carita de enamorado. Así. El corazón, mi niña también ya cada que me ve aquí me hace así, entonces ya se queda.
El del dedito así, sí.
El de las manitas que las tiene como abiertas, así.
El que es como curviadito, ¿sí sabes? Y sale como las lagrimitas y...
Casi no escribo con emojis, pero normalmente el que más utilizo es el de la carita así de ternura. O el que está bostezando así. Ese.
Yo creo que el del corazón con mi novia. El rojo, corazón rojo.
El de abrazo. Están pues como dos personas así abrazándose.
De corazón, el de las manitas así.
El de corazón blanco, ahorita corazón blanco.
El de que está como la carita haciéndole así, soplando. Como la carita que está soplando así.
El de las manitas hacia arriba. Si me pongo gracias, hacia arriba.
El de carita riendo que está así como en diagonal, así.
El corazón con las manos.
El de así.
El del beso con el corazoncito, y el de las dos manitas hacia arriba.
El emoji que más utilizo, el de la carita así.
Los fueguitos. Sí.
Así. Todo bien.
A lo mejor de risa. Ya ahorita ya no tanto, pues luego hago, o entre mi esposa y yo hacemos stickers de mis hijos y ya a veces usamos más los stickers de nuestros hijos.
El de la carita feliz. Aquí está así.
Creo que
The laughing one.
Oh, that was cute. What emojis do you guys use? What's your favorite emoji?
Yeah, I like the one that the laughing face, but the one that it's kind of, that it's inclined, not the straight one. So that's my favorite one, and the goat as well.
The goat. What about you, Gabi? Which one do you?
I have the goat.
Mhm.
I have the goat, the heart with hands, and also the wink.
Okay, the one.
The wink.
The winks.
Oh,
Yeah, I always do thumbs up, prayer,
Thumbs up.
the prayer one, amen. Yeah,
Right.
thumbs up, almost everything. I don't know what to do in emojis because there's just like,
I do this one as well a lot. Like when
Yeah,
if I'm gonna go out with someone and just to set the time and the
You mean like
place.
this?
Yeah, no, not like this.
Oh, like that one?
Just like Ronaldinho did. Yeah, and yeah, that's.
But how
That's
fun
what
was
it
that?
is.
How fun was that?
It was beautiful. I loved it because it gives you the human side is what we're talking about, man. You got to go to Chivas TV. Look at the human side. You can get all this stuff on YouTube, but there's so much more. Come on, my friends. Get into it, enjoy it, and enjoy everything that Chivas has to offer, basically. Don't forget, Chivas plays Mazatlán on Saturday. Then they're off to the Leagues Cup. We'll talk more about that next week. But we have something that's starting this Saturday. Gabi, por
This
favor.
Saturday. Hello. So summer is here, and for Chivas Femenil, that means Summer Cup time. So as you know, there's going to be a groundbreaking tournament between the National Women's Soccer League and Liga MX Femenil, and they're going to face each other. All the teams from the National Women's Soccer League against 6 teams from Liga MX, the 6 teams and most points achieved during Clausura 2023 and Clausura 2024. Yeah, something like that. But we're going to watch more in a little bit in a video that we made especially for you with all the information regarding this tournament. But yes, the National Women's Soccer League is going to face the Liga MX Femenil 6 teams. It's going to be Tigres, Rayadas, Xolos Femenil, Pachuca, América Femenil, and Chivas Femenil, and they're going to play against the National Women's Soccer League, all the teams from the National Women's Soccer. So without further ado, let's go watch this video.
And la carita.
Chivas Femenil, that means one thing and one thing only, Summer Cup 2024. If you want every single detail about this tournament, please keep watching. Hi Chiva Hermanas and Chiva Hermanos, welcome back to another episode of We Go to Girl Talk. My name is Gabriela, and this is a very exciting video because we are just days away from the kickoff of Summer Cup 2024. Remember back in March, we did this video announcing what was going to happen, the dates, etc. But right now we're going to go deep into every single one of the teams we're facing. We have to start this video by explaining what Summer Cup is going to be about, right? So, it's a groundbreaking tournament between 2 leagues, the National Women's Soccer League and Liga MX Femenil. They're going to face each other. 14 teams from the National Women's Soccer League against 6 teams from Liga MX Femenil. These teams are Tigres Femenil, Rayadas, Pachuca Femenil, América Femenil, Tijuana Femenil, and Chivas Femenil. This summer, and as part of a groundbreaking collaboration between the 2 leagues, the National Women's Soccer League and Liga MX Femenil, Summer Cup kicks off on July 19, featuring all 14 National Women's Soccer League clubs and the 6 teams with the most points achieved in Liga MX Femenil, Clausura, and Apertura 2023. As mentioned earlier, kicking off on July 19th, the 33-match tournament will consist of 30 group stage contests, followed by the 4-team semifinal round on August 6th. The championship match will be staged at Toyota Field in San Antonio, Texas on Friday, October the 25th. Okay, now that we know everything about the tournament, let's talk about the teams we're going to be facing this summer. Our Chingonas are on Group D, and we will be facing Gotham FC, Chicago Red Stars, and Washington Spirit. Our first game will be on Sunday, July 21st against Washington Spirit, and what we can tell you about this team is that they are currently in the third position of the general standings. They have 34 points in the general table, 32 goals scored, 18 goals conceded, 76% accuracy in passes, 57% accuracy attacking, 64% accuracy defending. They have currently played 16 games with 11 wins, 1 draw, and 4 losses. Players from Washington Spirit to watch: Olay Matasar, of course, she's a forward with 7 goals in the season, and Croy Bethune, but she's going to be in Paris for the Olympics. Our second match will be on Friday, July 26th against Chicago Red Stars, and they are currently in the 7th position of the general standings with 23 points. 23 goals scored, 22 goals conceded, 69% accuracy in passing, 51% accuracy attacking, 61% accuracy defending, and from 16 games played, they have won 7, 2 draws, and 7 losses. The player to watch from the Red Stars is Mallory Swanson. She's a forward and she is one of the top scorers of the league, but she is also going to be in the Olympics. And last but not least, our final match from the group stage is going to be on Friday, August 2nd against Gotham FC. They are currently in the 4th position of the general standings with 31 points, 19 goals scored, 13 goals conceded, 77% accuracy in passing, 51% accuracy attacking, 69% accuracy defending, and from 16 games, 9 wins, 4 draws, and 3 losses. And the players to watch from Gotham FC are Lynn Williams, she's a forward and was one of the top scorers last season, and Rose Lavelle, but she's also going to be in Paris for the Olympics. And of course, we need to talk about our Chingonas because even though they're going to be on a break from Liga MX Femenil, Summer Cup 2024 is going to represent a huge challenge not only for them but for all Liga MX Femenil. So let's talk about our most important players. Dana Sandoval, the young promise of the new generation of Chivas Femenil. She scored 4 goals last season. Let's rewatch one of the best ones.
Corta, avanza entre dos, sigue Sandoval, dejó para Jaramillo, se la tiene que regresar. Dana Sandoval va por dentro, sigue Dana. Dana se quita una de encima, sigue Dana Sandoval. Sandoval entra al área, Sandoval engancha a la zurda, va a ser un golazo impresionante, golazo.
La comandanta that needs no introduction, Carolina Jaramillo with 7 assists last season.
Vini Salazar con Araceli Torres, Caro Jaramillo ahora, es la última probablemente, avanza Caro, le va a pegar al arco. Jaramillo le pega a portería, el disparo al ángulo, golazo. ¡Gol!
Our captain, our leader, la depredadora del gol, with 11 goals last season and the 2-time winner of the Golden Boot, Alicia Cervantes.
De forma correcta para Caro Jaramillo, avanza Jaramillo, del otro lado tiene a Dana Sandoval, la va a buscar, no, enganchó. Jaramillo para quién, para Licha al espacio, qué buena pelota para Licha Cervantes. Cervantes dentro del área, Licha al 100, 100, 100, 100, ¡gol! ¡Gol!
And there you have it, Chiva Hermanos. I hope you enjoyed this video and all the information regarding Summer Cup 2024. Don't forget to subscribe to our official YouTube channel and like and share this and every single Chivas content in here, Chiva Hermanos. My name is Gabriela. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Signing off. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed. We did our research on every single team of the Summer Cup that we are facing. And the good news is that, and actually Marilu is also commenting on something very important, because this is what caught my attention, because a lot of the players that are the top players or the top scorer, they're going to be in Paris for the Olympics. So this could be good news for Chivas because remember that these teams, Washington, Chicago, and Gotham FC, are the top teams in the league right now. Like they're top 3, 7, 5, something like that. So it's going to be tough. But if we consider that their top players are going to be in the Olympics, it could be good news for Chivas. But again, this is going to be a very interesting and tough tournament. We have to be realistic about that because this is a very big challenge, not only for Chivas, but every single of the teams, the 5 other teams are going to be facing this cup and just this weekend. And it's going to be a very interesting challenge for La Liga MX Femenil as a whole. So the best of luck, of course, for our Chingonas. But it's going to be interesting to see what is the strategy from El Profe Quino and what our players are going to bring to the table. And considering, again, this is important because we cannot deny the fact that the National Women's Soccer League is a very important league and the worldwide, and that we're going to be facing 3 of the top teams in the league currently. So, but then again, the top players or most of their top important players are going to be in the Olympics. So what do you guys think?
Well, first of all, let me tell you, Gabby, that was great rundown. My hat's off to you.
Thank you.
See, before you talk to me, that's all I have to say. Before you talk to me, that was great, Gabby. You know what? I agree with you. It's going to be tough, but I think that the U.S. Women's Soccer League is also wondering what's going to happen because, look, man, I don't think Chivas or Tigres or Monterrey or even the America or any of those top Mexican teams will be pushovers.
No, they won't.
They're not going to be pushovers. Okay. Are we going to come out back with a decorous results? I hope one of the Mexican teams makes it to the finals. I mean, I will predict that one of the Mexican teams will make it to the final. I hope for it because this is a historic moment.
Yes.
Super historic. Anyone who loves women's soccer, or I've been following it since I was in university and high school. Guys, you get on the boat, watch the games. They are good games. We don't have a lot of promoting over here in Mexico yet, but they are entertaining. The U.S. Women's Soccer League, está cabrón.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's no other way.
No, yeah, you could see clearly notice their level right now that we were watching some footage. The technique is pretty impressive, and anyone wondering when Chivas is playing debuts on Sunday, and then we have a second match on Friday the 26th of July, and we end up the regular group stage on the 2nd of August.
Yep.
So
and don't forget, we don't have banners today, but we'll be able to watch it on CBS Sports, on Paramount Plus, CBS Sports Golazo, 2DN, NWSL Plus, and in Mexico via ESPN. ESPN, man. You can watch it. Well, ESPN is now on other streaming platforms. I don't know if we can talk about those, but anyway, ESPN is pretty good. I like the way that they manage their signal. They have very good camera work. So definitely, if you get a chance, we got to watch it Sunday. I'm going to be at the beach on Sunday.
Oh, that's exciting.
I'll be making it there. Yes, Ricardo. Exactly. There.
Yeah.
So I'll be at the beach.
And also, we're just talking about ESPN. It's probably in Disney Plus streaming platform. So you can also catch some Summer Cup matches.
Yes, definitely. And another one was mentioned for the Leagues Cup. That's all going to be via Apple TV, right?
Apple TV, yes.
Okay, so if everybody, I just got rid of it because I don't like watching MLS. I'm going to have to do it again.
Sometimes what MLS did last season, or I'm sorry, Apple TV, what they did last season is that they offered one free month subscription, just so you can see, so you could watch the Leagues Cup. So let's just keep in the watch out. Go to Apple TV and see if they have like this kind of promotion. But you have to subscribe to the MLS Season Pass in order to watch the Leagues Cup. But just keep in mind that sometimes Apple TV has this promotion or this ad that you can have that subscription for free for 1 month just to watch Leagues Cup. So if you're not interested in watching the entire MLS season, you can have it for 1 month and watch Leagues Cup. So that is also coming very soon. And remember that we're going to be facing the San Jose Earthquakes.
Your team.
Cowell is going back home. LA Galaxy.
That's right. And Cade Cowell, remember, was originally, from what I heard, scouted by Almeida.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
He was the one that said, dude.
Almeida debuted him when he was 16.
That's right. So he saw something, and he brought that to the table. Yes. And we're going to see more and more. So Mazatlán, guys, we never said our scores. It's almost time for us to get out.
Actually, all right.
A ver, venga. Put your money where your mouth is.
I'm going to say that we're keeping another clean sheet and that Chivas is taking it 2-0. 2-0, deserving to score more. It's going to be a good Chivas game. Good farewell to the fans before leaving to the United States.
Y se moja Chicharo or what?
Oh, yeah, of course.
This is the one.
Party, make it round. Yeah.
This is the one. Gabriela.
Gabi. So serious.
Because you kept saying in your videos, like, I always call her Gabi, and this is Gabriela.
Yeah. I try to keep it serious, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm going for a 3-1. We are going to win that game at home, the last game before Leagues Cup, at home with our people at our stadium. I would like a clean sheet for Tala, but let's keep it like a 3-1.
Okay. So it's like you're worried, you're superstitious. You have to put a goal in there.
I want to be like
for the Leagues Cup.
Okay, I don't want to sound super cocky, but I could.
But Dallas also playing. Look, one thing that I did read that Mazatlán put a little money into their team, so I might agree with you with that one goal. I might agree, but I'm gonna go with. I really want to go big, but see, that's. Like you said, cocky, and we are generating a lot, but we're not putting a lot into the net. Yeah. So I'm going to play it down a little bit and say 2-0. I think we're going to keep that 0 because our defense, that's our strongest tool right now. That's our strongest weapon. And I think that maybe Gago's going to come out with that 3 defensive midfielders again. So 2-0, man. 2-0. Que me callen la boca y que ganen 6-0.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully.
If they just shut up, Robert, you got 6-0 at you.
Hat-trick de Chicharito.
Oh, yes. All right. 2 de Chichadios.
Okay.
Why not?
Okay. I'll go with that. But see, then I get all excited and giddy. But anyway, my friends, it's almost time. We got to get out of here. There's a bunch of football online. Production says 3 de Chichadios y 3 de Cowell y otros 5 de Tala. All right? Yes. We're giddy. We were under a lot of pressure, people. We feel the football just like you guys. Don't throw the hate around. Try to look at the football as a glass half full, subjective, objective. It all can come together here in our Chivaverse. So until next week, my Chiva hermanos.
Big shout out to everyone who's watching us on the comment section. Go House 1906, Israel Ventura, Chivas 3000, Araceli Cruz Murillo, Juarez Angel, everyone sending the love, and hope to see you next week.
Almost forgot, but Goat House 1906 reminded me. They will be coming to Chicago, and we will be there. A lot of people are organizing here in Guadalajara to go and support our chingonas. So if you have a chance, my friends, por favor, apoyemos a estas chingonas. El fútbol femenil en
Make
general.
them feel the love.
Feel the love, my friends. I'll see you guys next week. Everybody, nos vemos, chicos. Vote.
Have a good one.
Emoji Day.